welcome to the next episode. I know I said I was going to talk about crowns and stuff, but then I just actually came to mind on my during my last video on teeth, and what I want to go over today is actually your teeth and what their functions are. The reason why I want to go over this is because when I was doing the cosmetic video, it reminded me of one of the issues that a lot of people have when they do cosmetic dentistry, and they only take care of their front teeth and don't pay much attention to their molars. And there are a lot of things that happen with their cosmetic work, where it just goes to shams, and most of it has to do with mostly because of people don't know on what the different functions of their teeth are, what's the difference between their molars and their front teeth, and why, in my opinion, your molars are more important than your front teeth. Granted, your front teeth are important for your looks, but your molars have a stronger function in terms of what you do on a daily basis when it comes to eating or just living your daily life in your mouth. So without further ado, like always, I am not a dentist. I do have many years of experience in teaching people about dentistry, why does it they got to in the situation that they're in, how to get out of it based on the dentist's suggestions, and how to prevent themselves after they take care of themselves from having those situations ever again. So without further ado, teeth. So again, when I was talking about cosmetic dentistry, it came to mind. A lot of people really care about their social six, the front teeth, the teeth that they have in their front, but they don't really care much for their molars. And they always tell me the same thing. Oh, well, you can't really see them, so I don't really care for them. But there's a problem, and it has to do with the human body. The human body, we are creatures of adaptation. Our skill is not strength like the lion. Our skill is not venom like the snake, or hops like the frog, or the ability to lift things up like the ant. Our skill relies entirely in the ability to adapt. We are creatures of adaptation, which is why we're able to survive in different environments in such a rapid way. You know, there are a lot of animals that you can put in a different environment and they will die within days. Humans don't have that problem because our bodies have the ability to adapt at a much faster rate than most animals, and that is our God-given ability, or that is just the ability that we've adapted through evolution, whichever one you choose to believe in. It does not matter to me. What does matter to me is what's in your mouth. And what happens is with that, there are a lot of medical problems. I'm going to stick to teeth that involve adaptability, and the body can resist a lot. But the body has a breaking point where it's like, I just can't do this anymore, and it's either you help me and fix it, or things are just going to get worse. And with your mouth, the way that happens is with your molars and your front teeth and how they correlate to each other. Your molars are very big. They're, I would say, 3 times the size as your front teeth. In addition to them having 4 roots on the bottom as support, unlike your front teeth that only have 1 root, they're also very wide and they're a lot thicker. The reason why is because your molars are the teeth that you use to chew. Now, as an example, if you notice, every herbivore, every animal that eats plants, all their teeth are pretty much molars. And the reason why is because those are the teeth that they use to chew. It's to grind down and it's to grind away and reduce to small pieces the foods that you consume. That's why normally when you eat, you tend to chew with your molar teeth, because that's just something that's natural within your body. You don't have to learn it, you just do it. Your front teeth have a different function. They are not for chewing. Your front teeth are meant for cutting. So when you bite an apple, when you bite a banana, when you chew on meat, to rip it, you don't rip it with your molars, you rip it with your front teeth, because those are the ones that are sharp. And if you've never noticed that, you should try and pay attention to when you do it, because that's how it works. Again, it's not something that you think about, it's not something that you have to learn, it's just something that your body does naturally, just throughout history. So what happens is that when it comes to cosmetic dentistry, or just dentistry in general, a lot of people tend to not pay attention to their molars. So as time progresses and they start losing their molars, they go, oh, I really don't care. I don't really want to care. I don't really care because it's just my molars. You can't really see it. Well, what happens when you lose all your molars? What happens when you lose all your molars is you lose the ability to chew properly. You still chew because most people chew with their front teeth. And that's where the problem lies. What happens is that you start chewing with your front teeth, and your front teeth are not meant to chew, because you also need to grind, which is what your molars do. But you start grinding down the food with your front teeth, and you start you start banging your front teeth, both top and bottom, with each other because you're chewing, and your front teeth are not designed to do that. So then what happens? They start cracking, they start breaking, they start chipping away, and eventually they start to look very ugly. And then people go to the dentist and they go, I'm really embarrassed of my teeth. I really don't like the way they look and stuff. I really want to take care of them, but I don't want to take care of. But the only reason you went to the dentist to begin with is because it started becoming noticeable. And while that's a great motivator to go and take care of yourself, you need to take care of your entire mouth, because what happens is I have had people where this happens to them, and we tell them, and sometimes they don't want to listen, and there's nothing I can do about it. So they go on and make their mistakes, and then they come back, and then they tell me, oh, it all broke, everything, all the money I spent. I'm like, yes, because remember when I told you about your molars and the difference and stuff, and it had more to do than just your looks? Well, this is the repercussion of that. And they go, oh my God, yeah, you're right and stuff, and then they get, partials, or they get things to take care of, or they get the ability to chew again. So when you don't have, let's say prior to you going to the dentist, you only gone to the dentist to get extraction, you've gotten all your molars extraction, you only have your social 6 on the front and the socials and the 6 on the bottom. You start chewing with those teeth, they start to break. The reason why that happens is because, and you don't even think about it, again, this is something that's natural, your body just adapts to the situation that it's in. What happens is that you start chewing with your front teeth, and you don't even notice, because you probably don't even notice when you chew with your molars. You start chewing with your front teeth are not designed to do that, and they start breaking and breaking and breaking. And again, it's because your front teeth are not designed to do that. So that's why, and again, I already explained it before, but that's why when you get cosmetic work, you need to also include your molar teeth, especially if you don't have them. If you're missing, and your body adapts in different ways. So for example, if you're a person that was accustomed to chewing on your right side, and let's say you lose all your bottom molar teeth, now you can't chew on that side because obviously you don't have any molars, you will naturally, without even thinking about it, start chewing with your left side because you have to chew, and you realize you can't do it here, so you'll start doing it here. And then let's say you lose the top one, so now you can't chew here or here, so then you will naturally start, when you bite, you start chewing with your front because you can't do it with your sides, and then your fronts are going to start breaking. That will happen 100% of the time. The reason why is because your teeth are not designed to do that. The way you have a hard time cutting things with your molars is the same way you have a hard time chewing things with your front teeth. So it's very super important that you take care of all of your teeth. And if you're going to get cosmetic work done, and if you don't have any molars, then get your molars done. And if you're trying to look for a cost-effective way, then there's different things that a dentist can do to help the cost, while you still looking nice and presentable, the way you want at a reduced cost, and then little by little start working on the more permanent aspects of it, while you're not putting in danger, one, the money that you invested into it, and two, your personal health. So that's pretty much it for today. In the next episodes, I'm going to going back to saying the things that I was going to go over, which were the crowns and so on and so forth. So as always, flourish and prosper, and have a good day.